Joining us now is Rafael Salamanca, who is the incumbent candidate in the 17th City Council District. Nice to see you again, Council Member.
It's good to see you, Gary.
Let's just get right to it. Maybe the most important issue in the district is jobs. Unemployment in the Bronx fell, but I guess we're never satisfied till everybody who wants work gets work. Talk to me about helping people find jobs.
First, thank you for having me here. It's very interesting. In the 17 months that I've been in office, we've been focusing on affordable housing. But a component to the affordable housing is how do we secure those construction jobs, local jobs. We've been working hand by hand with the local community boards and the developers, ensuring that as we negotiate approving these projects, that there's a component in terms of outreach and how you're going to hire locally and how you're going to report back to the local council member or the community board as to how many local jobs you were able to provide in that development.
Is it a hard sell or is that working out?
No, to be quite frank, developers that are coming in to meet with me and the community boards, they're aware of our standards. And they're coming in prepared to inform us of how they're going to recruit local hiring and provide local hiring.
You brought up housing. Let's go into the idea of housing. Obviously, affordable for who? Is there availability? How are we doing with our existing housing stock? Give me an overview of housing in the 17th district.
Well, I've had the honor to represent my community for about 17 months now. And in the 17 months that I've been in office, I've been able to approve a little over 4,000 units of 100% affordable housing. Not one unit is at market value. And as developers come in, not-for-profits come in that are want to develop this housing, we're looking at the AMI levels. I'm ensuring that everything that comes into my council district is mixed income. And so we're ensuring that we have a good percentage of units that are for the low-income families. The average median income in my council district is about $24,000 a year. And we are also ensuring that we have mixed income, middle income for the working class families. We do have mom making 40, dad making 40, a family of 3, a family of 4. That's $80,000 in a household. And so we need to ensure that we're protecting the low-income families, the seniors, but we're also providing new units for the working families in my council district.
There's a lot of concern throughout the whole swath of the southernmost part of the Bronx about gentrification and people being displaced at the same time that we get a lot of the development. Are you concerned about that, and is that manageable to some degree?
Yeah, as development comes in, as businesses come in and they're looking for support, that's always in the back of my mind. We want to see new development. We want to see this undeveloped land that's dark and is being dumped on, developed into something beautiful. Units, housing units for residents in my community, bringing in small businesses where individuals in the community can get work. But again, I am ensuring that all units that are coming in are suitable for residents in my community. Now, one of the biggest concerns in terms of housing is when you apply, ensuring that number one, you're applying the right way. And when you're picked in the lottery and you're going through the second step where you have to provide your documents, one of the biggest struggles that there is in my community is credit. A lot of residents in my community are unaware of what their credit score is. They may have errors in their credit report. And so something that I'm working on with the city is creating a housing forum, and it's going to happen in the beginning of October, where residents in my community can come in and they'll leave with a free copy of their credit report. They're also going to be taught on how to properly apply, and we're also going to have a list of developments that will be built 2 years down the line. Informing them as to when the application process will take place. Therefore, that gives them enough time to look at their credit. Should there's something that's needs to be fixed, gives them enough time to fix it. So when they do apply, credit no longer is a barrier for their application.
There's so much talk in the news about our transportation infrastructure. City Bike is apparently coming to parts of the Bronx, probably not all the neighborhoods that everybody wants. But the real story is the basic infrastructure with the MTA. How do you see the status of the MTA, and what do we really need to do, and who really needs to do what needs to be done to fix it?
Well, you know, the MTA is a state agency. As a city elected official, my office is constantly getting complaints about the trains not running on time, delays in the trains, delays in the buses. My office, what we do is that we ensure that information, number one, gets to the MTA. We have a great relationship with their office. But also I ensure that information gets to my state elected officials who have oversight over that agency. And that's how my office and the state elected officials, we partner together to try to bring better results to this much needed transportation service.
You're a husband and father, and
Yeah.
so opportunities for youth is, I'm sure, a very close issue to your heart. Talk about the status of it. Do you feel like there are sufficient activities, and if not, what can you do or others do to improve that for young people?
Youth services is something that is never enough. We, you know, as the local representative of the South Bronx, I ensure that when we're talking about budget, how do we allocate funding to provide new youth services? Just recently, about maybe 6 to 8 months ago, I was able to allocate a little over $300,000 to Bronxworth, and they opened up a cornerstone program in the pyramid where there's a gym, there's theater, you know, a place where the youth can come after school or during the summer or on their days off, where they can hang out in a safe environment. There's physical activity, and there's also an educational component to it.
The borough of the Bronx, as you know, as I know, and all our viewers know, was founded on the backs of immigrants. It is an immigrant community and continues to be so. There is a lot of pressure from Washington, obviously, to change the status of how we've handled immigration. What is the status in your district for immigrants, and are you hopeful that the people who deserve to be here can still be here?
Yeah, so I also represent a good population of individuals that are not documented. And so my office, we provide once a week an immigration attorney free of charge to help those individuals that are residents in which their residency may expire, or those individuals that are not documented to come in, and they'll get free legal representation, and applications are being filled out in my office, and they're being submitted to immigration services to help them with their residency here. So it's something that my office is very paying very close attention, especially with what's happening in Washington. We've noticed that we've been inundated with calls because there is a need for this service.
Councilmember, it's always nice to see you here. It's always nice to have you on BronxNet, and we sincerely appreciate your joining us for In the District today.
Gary, thank you for having me.
Great. We'll be right back.